We continue to be told that diversity in the workplace is better. Our team will be better, our performance improved. But is this really true? Let's explore the idea.
Just lead.
The reality of the situation is that diversity in the workplace is happening, whether you like it or not. And it's a change that's been happening since the birth of equal rights ideology. But what hasn't happened too well is the explanation of the why. Why are we becoming more diverse? What will the benefits actually be? And why are our managers and supervisors not giving us the reasoning behind why we're moving towards a more diverse and inclusive workforce? My belief is that our managers and supervisors don't actually know in any real detail. Let's break down the issue and understand why a more inclusive and diverse workforce is a better one. So let's base our information on data. McKinsey research has uncovered that corporations that identify as more diverse and inclusive are 35% more likely to outperform their competitors. People management found that diverse teams are 87% better at making decisions. And BCG discovered that diverse management teams lead to 19% more revenue. The data is astounding and clear. It's hard to argue with numbers this big. Qualitatively, the benefits to diversity and inclusion found by research are: you'll get a boost to creativity and innovation within your team. People with different backgrounds will often look at a problem in a different light, coming up with different solutions. Your team will start to develop smarter solutions to the problems they have. As an employing leader, you'll have access to everyone in the recruitment pool. The talent you're able to attract and hire into your team will only increase when you're looking at diverse candidates. And employee satisfaction is going to go up when inclusion and diversity is well managed. In particular, educational diversity was found to have a positive impact on a team when you, the leader, are participative and directive as their leader. The reason for this is threefold. 1, your low ability employees are going to be able to learn from the high ability counterparts. 2, everyone is going to perform at a higher standard. The low ability employees are going to want to prove themselves, while the high ability employees are going to want to work at the standard that they're expected to. And 3, when you have complex and basic problems coming in, you're able to resource manage appropriately to ensure that the people with the higher ability are going to the complex problems and solving them quicker, while the lower ability employees are able to do work at their level. I'm going to take a little break here just to let you know that I do have a Patreon community that you can become a part of. And that community is all about sharing my advice and coaching tips to you directly. So make sure you click that link down below and become a patron today. Enough of that, let's get back to the video. The positives to diversity and inclusion are clear. But we're not here to wrap this up in a blanket and call it done. There are negatives out there that many of you will have experienced with your teams. And let's go through some of those. There are 2 theories that we can look at when we discuss diversity in the workplace. The first is the information processing approach. In this situation, the diverse and inclusive team is harmoniously working together and able to process information far more effectively than they were originally able to in that less diverse option. When they process that information far better, they're able to come up with solutions to problems that are coming up far more quickly and far more creatively. Then there is the similarity attraction and self-categorization approach. In this approach, your team will put themselves into little boxes of how they see themselves. It will mean that they will form subgroups within the team and cause a divide to occur. Your team will judge the others by the stereotypes that define them. In this view of the world, diversity in teams and organisation will cause losses through conflict, lack of integration and interaction, lower cooperation, cohesion and trust, more difficult communication, more stress and anxiety, higher rates of individual turnover, role ambiguity and dissatisfaction. What we are looking at here are two opposing ideas. Diversity will make your team more satisfied while simultaneously making it less satisfied. Your team will be more productive, but at the same time also be less productive. How can this be possible? What does it all mean? The data we saw at the start of this video is not wrong. So where then lies the difference? Well, research suggests that positive beliefs about diversity will negate the negative effects that diversity could have. This all comes down to the company or industry that you're a part of. Are you pursuing diversity through compulsion or through preference? What I'm saying here is that you as the leader have a huge role to play to ensure that diversity and inclusion is successful in your little corner of the world. We've seen that the benefits are there for a diverse and inclusive workforce, but that success that you could have rests squarely on your shoulders. You need to shift the culture of your team from one of compulsion to one of preference. Transformational leadership has been shown to be the best way to achieve this goal. Through this style of leadership, you're generating more creativity, more commitment, more motivation, more satisfaction, and greater idea generation through your team. Hiring diverse and inclusive employees is not where your role ends. Your role is to ensure inclusion, minimize conflict, and break down barriers. Perception of others through the lens of a stereotype breaks down over time the more you get to know someone. This is called individuation. You need to work hard as the leader to ensure that you accelerate that process as much as you can. As the leader, you are the key to unlocking inclusion and diversity as a powerful asset for your team. At the core of inclusion and diversity is cooperation. Click here to dive into what cooperation is all about.